First contestant, Tre Gammage. Every decision counts. Every decision counts. Tre Gammage.
Thank you, sir.
Good luck.
Thank you. All it takes is one decision to change the direction of your life. And when I was 20 years old, I made a decision that I wanted to take back. But in life, every decision counts. Mr. Contest Chair, beautiful Toastmasters and guests, some of us have to learn the hard way. I can still remember my first day on the college campus where I met my college football coach, Baldy. We called him Baldy because he had this shiny bald head, pregnant belly, and little bitty legs. And I promise you, this man was always yelling, "Gammage, are you ready?" I hope so, and you better remember, every decision counts. But I didn't have time to listen to him. This was my first day on the college campus. I can still remember the traditional red brick buildings, high quality education, and all those girls. I just knew that this would be a fairy tale. I've worked so hard to make it to this point. My time, effort, and energy. For years, training my mind and body to make it to this exact point. But all I can remember is Baldy yelling at me, "Gammage, Gammage, get back on the line. You don't look like Tarzan, and you don't play like Jane." Because Jane was a tough son of a... Can you remember the first time life happened to you? It had always happened around me. It's even affected me. But this was my first personal struggle. Far away from home, my friends, they weren't around. My coaches, they looked right past me, said I would never play. My teammates, well, they thought I was the choir boy. But that never stopped my girlfriend from cheating on me. That's all right, she was too short anyway. I got to a point mentally where every day I woke up battling the negative thoughts in my mind. "Tre, you aren't good enough. Just go home, man, you don't belong here. Quit. Quit again. And quit again after that." I got to a point where it felt like my decisions, they just didn't matter anymore. Nothing was going my way. I couldn't do anything else wrong. I was feeling low, so I wanted to get high. And just as I felt relief, happy and giggly, the weight lifted off my shoulders. The reality of my decision kicked in. That very next morning, 6:03 a.m., drug test. I just wish there was some way I could take this decision back. Do I have to tell my parents? Does this stay on my record forever? Am I going to lose my scholarship? I couldn't decide what was worse. The punishment from my team or telling my parents. But today is the first time that my father has heard this story. Sorry, Dad. I even thought about having my sister call and act like my mom. But I already made one decision that I wanted to take back. I expected the worst when I met with team officials in Baldy. But what I received was support. Instead of them suspending me and taking my scholarship away, I received a warning and a visit to the psychologist. But to be honest with you, that was more than enough. I just put my entire future at risk. Everything that I love, everything that I know, everything that I've worked so hard to gain for just a temporary relief of my problems. Has anybody been here before? Just a few. I guess I'm one of the only ones. But I realized, finally, what baldy meant. It's those small decisions added up over time that create our life. And while you might not be able to take the decisions of your past back, you can decide what comes next. I was so lost and confused that I didn't understand that I could ask for help. I thought that I had to go through all of this by myself. I thought I had to take all of this pain on my own. And that's just not true. If Baldy didn't care, if he wouldn't have kept on yelling at me every day at practice, who knows where I would be today? I took that warning and I ran with it. I started over with my life. I began to make every decision count. And from that point forward, I began to excel, finally able to enjoy my childhood dream. I mean, imagine 100,000 screaming fans. Everything that you could ever imagine. I was able to study abroad my final semester of college, and I even found a taller girlfriend. The decisions that you make in your life are up to you. Life is made up of the decisions, big or small, that you make every day. And you might not be able to decide what comes next, but you can remember that every decision counts.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.